Hi, I am Dr. Sandy Musial from Plant Docs, and tonight we're going to be making a whole roasted cauliflower with lemon tahini sauce from Dr. Michael Greger's How Not to Die cookbook. It's part of a cooking series I'm doing called Cooking Together with the Plant Docs. So the first step is to blanch the cauliflower for 8 minutes. I have a pot of water boiling. Never done this before, but we're going to lower the whole cauliflower in and blanch it for 8 minutes and then bake it in the oven at 400 degrees for 40 minutes with a special sauce I'm going to show you how to make. While the cauliflower is blanching, I'm going to start making the lemon tahini sauce. So we're going to start by putting all the ingredients in the food processor. It calls for 3 cloves of garlic, and I like smashing them with a wooden utensil rather than a knife so you don't hurt yourself. And it just easily makes the peels come off.
I like garlic.
This has the little to clean it after. So I'm just gonna throw all my garlic in here and mash it in. The next ingredient is 2 teaspoonfuls of white miso paste. I love miso. I use this entire container. A tablespoon of tahini. And I had just opened this new one, and what happens is the oil rises to the top and then the thicker sesame paste settles to the bottom. So when you first get it, it's important to stir it up. One trick is to store it upside down. And then when you turn it over, it can make it easier. So I'm just gonna put in a tablespoon. I love the Bragg's brand. It has a little bit more vitamin B12 than some of the other ones. Gives it a nice cheesy flavor to the sauce. And a half a teaspoon of stone ground mustard. Any kind will do, whatever your favorite mustard. Now we're gonna add 1 1/4 inch piece of fresh turmeric grated. So that's what this is. I'm not gonna peel it. I'm just gonna grate it right into the food processor with this microblade. The skin has fiber, in my opinion, just throw it all in. Turmeric is a super powerful anti-inflammatory spice that you should try to get some every day into your diet. We're gonna do some savory spice blend, and it doesn't give amount. It kind of says to your liking. I don't really know what that means. I think I'll start with a teaspoon. And this is Dr. Greger's special blend. It's in the beginning of the book, and it's a mixture of a bunch of different herbs. We're gonna blend this up and then coat the cauliflower with it. All right, so now I'm gonna add my liquids, a half a cup of water, and Dr. Greger has this cool thing called blended peeled lemon. What you do is you peel lemons, whole lemons, and then you throw the whole lemon into the blender. So instead of just squeezing the lemon and getting the juice out, you have all the goodness of the lemon, all the pulp and everything. And then I put it in these little ice cube trays and then put them in a baggie. And so it calls for a tablespoon and a half. Right. So after 8 minutes of blanching in boiling water, we're gonna remove our cauliflower using the same strainer and put it into a baking dish. And once it's kind of cool enough to handle, we're gonna spread half of our special dressing on it. All right, I'm gonna pour my saucy marinade. I'm putting it into a measuring cup because what you're supposed to do is put half on while it's roasting and then adjust the seasoning with the other half and add it afterwards. So I transferred the cauliflower to a smaller pan that seemed better suited, and it calls for a half a cup of water in the base because I think there's an element of steaming when you cook the cauliflower. And then we're gonna pour half. I came out to about 3/4 of a cup, so So I'm just gonna pour about half of it over and get all the little nooks and crannies covered before we pop it in the oven. I think that is looking pretty good. Yum. Smells amazing. That's what you guys are missing out on, the sensory smell. All right, and I'm gonna pop that in the oven to roast for 40 minutes. So now we're gonna take the other half and we're gonna add some fresh chopped parsley, which I just picked from my garden. And what's so cool about parsley, it's really not a perennial, but it's mild enough here in Rhode Island that this came back from last year. I didn't need to replant down to the top end. So I'm gonna do 1, 2. It calls for cracked black peppercorns, which I love, so that's what I've got. It's more than flavor. These actually offer different trace minerals for your body. Wow, it's very tasty.